Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today is the 8th lesson of A1 level of German language course, and today we are going to talk about nominative case and the adjective ending in nominative case. If you have missed the previous lesson where we explained all German language cases, please watch it now before watching this 8th lesson so that you understand it properly. So let's start with the nominative case in German language. So in we saw that each German noun has an article, and article of noun depends on the nature of the gender. So if a noun in German language can be masculine, feminine, neuter, or plural. If the noun is masculine, then the definite article will be der. If the noun is feminine, definite article will be die. If the noun is neuter, the definite article will be thus. And if the noun is plural, the definite article will be die. Now, if the article is indefinite, then for masculine noun it will be ein, for feminine noun it will be eine, and for neuter noun it will be ein. So these are the basic um, articles that we have in nominative, and now we see that if we use some adjective in front of the noun, then how this is going to change in case of nominative. So here we have a similar table but with an adjective added to it. So masculine, feminine, neuter and plural. Der Mann, we saw der Mann also here, but here we have adjective also. Now here I have listed some of the basic forms of adjective. So if you want to use adjective in German language, it depends on where the adjective is positioned in a sentence. So if the adjective is positioned after the noun, then it will take the basic form, which will be depending on the adjective. For example, for big it is gross, for small it's klein, for beautiful it's schön, for blue it's blau. So colors can also be used as adjective in German language and in other languages also, and we will see all the examples here. Now if we use an adjective in nominative case before a masculine noun, then we will not use the basic form alone, but we will add an a in German language at the end. So the grow, it will not be der Grossmann, rather it will be der große Mann. So we will add an a, or in English language e, at the end of adjective. If we use klein, then it will be der kleine Mann, der schöne Mann, for example. Now if the noun or in the German language is feminine, then we use the article, and if we want to use additionally an adjective, we will also add an a at the end of adjective in case of nominative. So die große Frau, die schöne Frau, die kleine Frau. So every adjective will take an a or in German language or e in English language before the noun. If the article is thus for neuter nouns, we will also add an a at the end of adjective. So das große Haus, das kleine Haus, das neue Haus. So all the adjective will take an additional a at the end if the noun is neuter and we are dealing with nominative case. Next is plural. If we have plural noun, then we will add an at the end of adjective. So die Bücher, the books, the new books, die neuen Bücher. So neue is the basic form of new in adjective in German language, but if we want to use neue in nominative case before the noun, then it will become neuen, die neuen Bücher. So the first row was dealing with definite article, where for all three cases we have added an masculine, feminine, neuter. We have added an a at the end of adjective, but in case of plural we have added an at the end. Now we look at the indefinite article. What changes are we going to make in case of the article is indefinite? So for masculine, if we are going to use indefinite article, we will add an er at the end. Basically. So where is this r or er coming from? So you see, if you look at the definite article, here all the last alphabet of all three articles is important, because that is going to shift at the end of adjective, and that is going to identify whether the noun is masculine, whether the noun is feminine. Last alphabet, here we had E or A, here again we have A, and here we have S, and here we have again S. So ein großer Mann, ein kleiner Mann, and if we check the feminine noun, then we will add this last alphabet at the end of the adjective, so it will become eine große Frau. And if the noun is neuter, then we will add s at the end of adjective, because this s will shift to here, this e will shift to here, this l will shift to here. Now let's talk about some of the adjectives that we can use. I have listed here gross, which means big, klein, which means small, schön, which means beautiful, blau, which means blue. So let's take these examples. I have listed for masculine, feminine, neuter and plural, and I have used definite articles. So der Tisch is, the table is masculine, and therefore we will refer to this portion of the table. And here we see that if the noun is masculine, we will add an e at the end of adjective. Therefore we have added an e, der kleine Tisch. Now if I want to say after this, der kleine Tisch ist neu. Now we have this adjective and we have this adjective, but we see that this adjective is taking the basic form. It's not, we are not adding any e or er or en at the end, but here we have seen that there will be an e at the end. The reason is this adjective is coming before the noun, therefore here this rule will apply, but this is coming after the noun, therefore it will take the basic form. For example, if we want to say the table is small. Der Tisch ist klein. So the adjective klein is coming after the noun, therefore we will not use any ending here after the adjective. But if we want to say the small table, then we will refer to this rule, and we will apply this rule here, because here the small word or the klein is coming before the noun. Next we have for feminine die Stadt, the city, die schöne Stadt. Now schön, you can see here is the basic form, but since we are using this adjective before the noun, therefore we will follow this rule and we will add an a at the end of adjective. But if we want to say the city is beautiful, die Stadt ist schön. Here we have used the basic form again. Then we have the blue car, das blaue Auto. After this we can add anything that will not be affected, because this is the nominative section and here we have this adjective, and since it is coming before the noun, therefore we will add an a at the end. We will refer to this section of the table. But if we now let's see, das blaue Auto ist schön or neu. The blue car is new or the blue car is beautiful. Now these two adjectives are coming after the noun, therefore they will remain in the basic form, but this noun, this adjective is coming before the noun, therefore we will follow this rule and we will add an a at the end. Next we have for plural case, die kleinen Kinder. Now die Kinder is plural and klein is the basic form of adjective, which means small, and since we are using an adjective klein and kinder is plural, so we will refer to this section of the table, and here we see that we have to add an at the end, therefore we will add an at the end of adjective. But if we want to say the kids are small, die Kinder sind klein, here the klein will remain klein in the basic form because this adjective is coming after the noun. So this is how we use adjective, and this is how we have to change the ending of each adjective in nominative case. There are still few topics left in the nominative case. We will cover these topics in the next videos, and thank you for watching the video. If you have any queries, just put it in the comment section and I will try to answer your queries. Thank you again. Bye.